This is John Black, Super Chemist. I started up a novelty store that I did a video about. This is one of the t-shirts. I probably get about $9 or something like that for a hoodie or a t-shirt if it's sold. Anything else is, if you buy a magnet, obviously I'm not going to get that much. But I sell all kinds of stuff from, blankets for your bed to pillows to tapestry, whatever, ashtrays, cups, anything you can think of with these logos on it. But I also am starting up a Patreon. Now, Patreon, I get probably about 75% of the money that you send in, whereas the T-shirts, I only get about, I don't know, 25 to 35%. Keep in mind, I'm not in charge of setting these things up. These go through a couple different people before they get to me. So I don't really know what's on the Patreon. If there are any promises, I promise nothing. Okay? I put thousands and thousands of hours into these videos, thousands of dollars of money into these videos. If you want more, you want to give me, donate some money and help out the channel, and you think you want more than, no, you get nothing. Okay, you get no promises, no nothing. I don't promise things in the future because I don't know if I can deliver. Obviously, you're going to get a thank you from me, and I'm going to be grateful as heck. I mean, I've no doubt. But as for promises, I just can't at this time promise stuff. See, one of the bad things about me is that I've been in a nut house about 7 times in my life. Now, the last 20 years, no nut house. I've actually tried to build myself up, tried to become sane, I actually have a business that I built up. And in 2 years, I've given everything to my one son. Uh, I have 3 sons, but I gotta give something to someone. He's the only one that wants the business. And I need to be around to train him to take over the business. And I feel I'm going to be back in the nut house here soon. Uh, so I need to give him the business now so that I have the time to train him to take over the business. Uh, so definitely in 2 years, I'm giving everything away. I will have no income. Even the piddly amount of income I did have will be gone because it will be all given to my son. At that time, I'll take a year to, I'll still be making videos after 2 years for a year so that I can train him and get the business, getting the business from, crappy 10 grand up to 30 grand a year is no problem. You know what I mean? If you're not handicapped. Right now, I'm starting to be handicapped. I can't do anything anymore. Um, so at that time, I'll probably try to get a little tiny part-time job and keep the channel going. If I can't make any money from the channel, you know what I mean, I'm going to have to go into the nut house, which I'll probably be there between 6 months to a year. And then I'll get out and I'll probably, if I do get out, I'll be on SSI. Because this time I'm just staying into the nut house until they give me SSI. I will refuse to leave unless they give me the help I want, which is the SSI. And I'll start the channel back up. I'm never going to delete it. The channel will always be there, even if I'm not around. But that's why I can't promise anything. I don't even know if I'll be mentally sane in 2 years. You know what I mean? I can't promise things right now. Now, if the channel works out and in 3 years, I got my part-time job and I'm getting donations and stuff, I'm making money at the store, then yeah, I'll start making promises. You know what I mean? If you donate so much, I'll give you a free shirt or whatever. You know what I mean? But until then, I can't make promises. Okay, the only promise I can make right now is to my kid, and that promise is that in 2 years I'll give you everything I own, except my lab and my clothes. So like I said, if you want the channel to survive after that point, people need to start showing that they will help support the channel. I mean, even now that I work, I've only done this channel 3.5 years. I've put in at least 1,000 hours a year. I've put in at least 4,000 hours of work doing these videos. And I've did it for fun. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm happy I did it. It gave me, uh, helped me out mentally, you know what I mean? Giving me a hobby, something to do. I felt like I was helping people. But you can only do something, you know, have such a time consuming thing where you don't get paid. It gets aggravating after a while doing it because it's moving the camera around and blah, blah, blah. I could do 10 experiments instead of one if I didn't have a camera and all this editing I had to do for these videos. But what I do promise is that I'm going to at least try for another 2 years to do this channel. If you want the channel to survive, you know, people got to start donating or whatever. This is just too time consuming for me to do this for the rest of my life. So like I said, if you want the channel to survive, you know, people have to start donating. This is just too time consuming and too much money for me to be able to afford to do this. Um, but everyone who donates and everyone who buys a t-shirt or whatever from the novelty store I have, you know, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I mean, you guys are great. So far, I only sold one shirt, but that guy's a great guy in my mind. You know what I mean? Right now, you know, selling t-shirts and opening up Patreon, it's not really about the money. I mean, obviously, I'm poor as heck. Any money's going to help me. I mean, I make less than 10 grand a year, for God's sakes. But it's not about the money. Like this guy, or I guess I shouldn't say guy, I don't know if it's female or male or whatever, but his name is Float On. He bought the one, it wasn't a t-shirt, it was a hoodie. You know, yeah, I'll get 10 bucks for that, okay, or whatever, $9, I don't know what I get. But him showing that he likes the channel means more to me than that 9 or 10 bucks. That 9 or 10 bucks is almost meaningless compared to him saying, you know, because it wasn't him giving me 9 bucks, it was him saying, man, I really like your channel enough to you know, to buy a shirt or, well, a hoodie. You know what I mean? And Float On, you need any help with anything, you know, science oriented or whatever, please let me know. I'll help you in any way I can. Because and I still am, I'm losing faith in these channels. I mean, I usually only get a couple thumbs up, you know, say I get 25 views on one channel or 50 views, say, I'll get a couple thumbs up, 2 or 3, and I do one of those. So, you know, I'm losing faith that I'm kind of wasting my time on this channel, you know what I mean? That it's not, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's at least 100 people that really like the channel, but I'm really losing faith in it. So I appreciate it, and I thank you, Float On, for at least boosting my confidence slightly, making me feel good that somebody actually really does like the channel. So if you look below the video in the description, I'll leave a link to the Patreon page if you want to donate to the channel. If not, you know, it's your option too. Not everybody is rich and can afford to donate money. Trust me, I know the coronavirus is out there, and this is the worst time in the world to set up a Patreon and a novelty shop. The reason why I'm doing it this time is because I was getting ready to do it anyway, and I have a lot of free time now since everything's shut down almost. I understand that you know, the virus is going to be gone now in about 4 to 6 months. Keep in mind, in the United States, 200,000 people every year go to the hospital because they have the flu, and about 12,000 a year die from the common flu every year. You know what I mean? Over the entire planet, on average, 500,000 people die every year of the common flu. You know what I mean? The only difference between the coronavirus and the flu is we don't have any medicine to fight it. That's it, basically. I mean, it's spread just like any other flu. So if you don't regularly get the flu, I wouldn't even worry about it. Because there's no medicine that really helps. Instead of 0.5% of the people who get the flu on the planet, I mean, a half of 1% of the people on the planet die from the flu who get it. Not everyone, just the people who get it. This flu, the coronavirus, what is it, 3 to 4% die who get it, but that's only the people who get it. The rest of the people, you know, a lot of them are going to have respiratory problems. But most people just get it just like any other flu. They're sick for a day or two, and that's it. Uh, so don't be as worried as whatever. I mean, if you weren't afraid of, uh, you know, the 500,000 people dying every year on the planet from the regular flu, you shouldn't be worried about how many people have died so far, 15,000 or something on the entire planet. Hey man, 500,000 die every year on average on the planet. You know what I mean? For you to say I'm not scared of those because 500,000 died, but I am scared because 15,000 died. That's crazy talk. And don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be about 1,000,000 people die on the whole planet by the time this thing is, you know, 500,000 to 1,000,000 people that die because of the coronavirus. To put it in perspective, that we already have 500,000 people die on the planet every year, not just from the coronavirus, but every year from a flu. So, you know, after 3 or 4 months, or 4 to 6 months when this is over, this video will still be up, and then, you know, a lot more people hopefully will start donating. So anyways, you all have a great day, and always remember, science is great.